Well, I thought it'd be helpful to take a look at how much after-tax income you could generate if you'd saved $500,000 in the Canadian context. Now, we're doing it a little bit different here because I'm going to take a look at the income generating potential in very specific buckets. How about the RSP RIF bucket? What about just the non-registered bucket? And how about a couple of buckets where we combine TFSA's RSPs and TFSA's non-registered? Now, how each of those buckets compare is very instructive, and it'll give you some guidance in terms of how you should be planning your own retirement. So I think you'll find this helpful. Now, if you're new to our channel, welcome. My name is Shaun Humphries. We're posting content all the time on retirement planning, and you can grab hold of some free resources if you go to the show notes on retirement planning, so make sure you grab hold of those if you haven't done that already. And if you're getting really serious about retirement planning and you're looking for a second opinion, in the show notes you can get back to our website where you can find out how you can get a complimentary second opinion. We call it the gap analysis discussion. So make sure you take advantage of that if you're really leaning in and getting serious about retirement income planning. So let's go through the key assumptions. It's always about the assumptions, isn't it? So Frank's got $500,000 of capital. He's going to retire at age 60, live to age 90. And so here are the buckets. Only RSP RIF, only non-registered, and then two other buckets where there's $150,000 of TFSA value and $350,000 in one scenario of RSP capital, and then $350,000 of non-registered capital. Portfolio averages 5.22%. I'll show you the SNAP projections. We'll give you more detail on that in a second. The inflation rate 3, tax brackets indexed at 3, and government benefits indexed at 3. CPP, Frank will be at 85% of the maximum and 100% of the maximum at age 65 for both of those benefits. So let's just take a look at the SNAP projection software, and I'll go over some of the back-end inputs for that. So here's the SNAP projection software. So let's take a look at the asset inputs here. So we've got the RSP, $500,000, and the mix we're using is 20% for cash equivalents earning 3, 20% in fixed income or bonds earning 3.5, and then equity investments or stocks, 60% of the portfolio earning 6.54% for a weighted average return of 5.22%. Now, for the non-registered scenarios, SNAP will take into account any dividend distributions, capital gains that are triggered over the length of the analysis. Of course, we have the government benefits. Again, we used 85% of the CPP maximum. Make sure you go to the Service Canada website to get your estimates when you do your updates to your own retirement income planning. Now, what's great about SNAP projections is we have this recommendations tab, and for each of the scenarios, we just clicked sustainable spending. It gave us the sustainable spend. So for the base case first scenario, all RSP RIF capital, the $37,349 was the sustainable income, and that's indexed at 3%. So by age 70, that income's up to about $50,000 per year after tax, and by age 90, it's up to about $90,656 after tax. Visually, this is what it looks like. So you can see that Frank's fully funding his income in the purple all the way through the analysis. You can see where the income's coming from. The green is the RIF payments over time, and then there's less coming out when the government benefits kick in at age 65. And the goose that lays the golden egg is slowly getting killed so that there's nothing left at age 90. So we use the same basic analysis in each of the bucket scenarios. So let's take a look at the summary slide where I highlight each of the bucket income levels. So the lifetime income on the 100% RSP RIF capital, already mentioned it, $37,349. But when you take into account the indexing rates, the average income over the length of the analysis was $60,244. For the RSP RIF and TFSA combination, the income was $38,507, and the average was $62,111. So it went up roughly about $2,000. If we look at the non-registered scenario, $39,967 per year, index at 3%, and the average with the indexing rate was $64,466. And then the last scenario where it's non-registered and TFSA combination, the average income was $65,639. So we went from $60,000, $62,000, $64,000, and $65,000. The biggest takeaway in these numbers is it's all about the optimization between the different buckets when you're saving, planning for retirement, and then actually transitioning into retirement. So a lot of the work is not just about how much you need to save, but it's how much you need to save in each of the critical buckets. And then the other issues are the value of the contributions to the RSP. You have to make sure you take that into account. But the optimization or drawdown strategies are really important as well. Now, when it comes to retirement income planning, make sure again that if you are getting in the weeds and really getting into the planning, if you want to find out how you can take advantage of an optimized cash flow retirement plan, go to the show notes. You can get back to our website to learn more about that. And if you like this video, you'll like the one that's on your screen right now.